I got a postcard from Costa Rica 3 weeks after my father-in-law stole $220,000 from me. It had a photo of a beach, crystal clear water, palm trees, and on the back in his handwriting, Pura Vida, weather's perfect. You should visit sometime. Frank, no apology. No explanation, just Pura Vida. Like he was on vacation. Like he hadn't just stolen my entire personal injury settlement and disappeared to Central America. Huh. Let me back up. My name's Marcus. I'm 29 years old. I'm a construction foreman, which means I spend my days making sure other people don't kill themselves with power tools. While slowly destroying my own back and knees. It's honest work. It pays decent. I'm good at it. I'm not getting rich, but I'm not starving. 3 years ago, I was working a commercial build downtown, 12-story office building. We were on the 8th floor doing concrete work. There was a safety railing that was supposed to be secured. It wasn't. I leaned against it to check a measurement. The railing gave. I fell 8 feet onto a steel beam, broke my back in 2 places, shattered my left leg, spent 4 months in the hospital. Another 6 months in physical therapy learning to walk again. The construction company's insurance tried to lowball me, offered me $40,000. My lawyer said absolutely not. We sued. It took 2 years. Depositions, medical experts, the whole nightmare. But we won. The settlement was $220,000. After lawyer fees and medical bills, I didn't pay out of pocket. I netted $203,000. Life-changing money for a guy who grew up in a house where we reused aluminum foil. The check came on a Friday, March 8th. I remember because it was my wife Sarah's birthday. I picked up the check from my lawyer's office. Actual physical check. Big oversized novelty-looking thing. $203,000, made out to Marcus J. Rivera. I drove home. Sarah was at work. She's a nurse. Works 12-hour shifts at County General. I called her. Baby, the check came, I said. She screamed. Actually screamed. Oh my God, oh my God. How much? $203,000. Marcus, we can buy a house. We can actually buy a house. We'd been renting a 1-bedroom apartment for 4 years, saving what we could. But LA prices are insane. We'd been priced out of everything. This money changed that. This was a down payment. This was our future. I'm going to take it to the bank right now, I said. Get it deposited before the weekend. Wait, Sarah said. My dad knows a guy, a financial advisor. Let me call him. We should invest some of this. Make it work for us. Sarah's dad is Frank. Frank's 63 years old. Retired police officer, 30 years with LAPD, pension, benefits. The whole deal. He retired 5 years ago. He's one of those guys who's always got a scheme. Always knows a guy. Always has advice nobody asked for. But he's Sarah's dad, and Sarah worships him, so I tolerate it. I just want to get it in our account, I said. We can talk about investing later. Just talk to my dad first. Please, he knows about this stuff. I agreed because I'm stupid and because keeping peace with your father-in-law is easier than fighting with your wife on her birthday. I drove to Frank's house. He lives in Thousand Oaks. Nice neighborhood. Big house. Too big for one person since Sarah's mom died 6 years ago. But he kept it. Paid off. Police pension covers everything. I knocked. Frank answered. Big guy. Still built like he could tackle someone despite being 63. Gray hair. Mustache. He had that cop energy, that authority thing that never really goes away. Marcus, Sarah said you got the check. Congrats, son. He clapped me on the shoulder. Hard. Come in. Let me. We sat in his living room. I showed him the check. He held it, studied it, whistled. $203,000. That's real money. Yeah. Sarah and I are going to use it for a house down payment. Smart. Real estate's always a good move. But you know what's smarter? You have this money work for you first. You invest this right, you could turn it into $300,000 in 2 years. Then buy a house. I don't know, Frank. We kind of just want security right now. I get it, but hear me out. I've got a buddy. Financial advisor. He specializes in aggressive growth portfolios for people who come into sudden money, settlements, inheritance, lottery. He's incredible. I've been using him for years. My pension portfolio has grown 40% since I retired. I appreciate it, but I think we're just going to put in savings for now. Marcus, look, you're young. You don't understand how money works yet. And that's okay. That's why you listen to people who do. You put this in a regular savings account, you're losing money to inflation. You're making maybe 0.5% interest while inflation's eating 3%. You're going backwards. He kept talking, kept pushing. Wore me down with numbers and terminology I didn't fully understand. Said his guy could get me 7% returns, low risk, diversified portfolio. All the buzzwords. Tell you what, Frank said. It's Friday. Banks are closing soon anyway. Let me hold on to the check this weekend. I'll call my guy Monday, set up a meeting. You talk to him. No commitment. Just hear him out. If you don't like it, you take the check and deposit it yourself. I don't know, Frank. Marcus, I'm a retired cop. You think I'm going to steal from my son-in-law, from my daughter's husband? Come on. He laughed. I laughed. It seemed ridiculous to even consider. This was Sarah's dad, the guy who'd walked her down the aisle, who'd given the toast at our wedding, who'd visited me in the hospital every week after my accident. Of course he wasn't going to steal from me. Okay, I said. But I want it back Monday if we decide not to meet with the guy. Absolutely. You're in control here. I left the check, drove home, told Sarah. She was thrilled. See? My dad knows what he's doing. This is good. Yeah, maybe. That night we went to dinner for her birthday. Celebrated. Talked about houses, neighborhood Scylla searches. The future felt bright for the first time since my accident. Monday came. I called Frank at 9 a.m. Hey, Frank, about the check. Oh, yeah. So I talked to my guy. He can meet with us Wednesday. 2 p.m. his office in Century City. Cool, but actually sent a deposit in. Can I come grab it? Pause. Just a second too long. Yeah, sure. Thing is, I actually already deposited it. My stomach dropped. You what? I deposited it into my account. For safekeeping. You can't just leave a check that size sitting around, Marcus. What if it got lost? Stolen? I put it somewhere safe. Frank, that check was made out to me. How did you deposit it into your account? I signed it over. I'm your father-in-law. The bank knows me. It's fine. It's safer in my account than in limbo. We'll transfer it to you after the meeting Wednesday. I want it transferred today. Marcus, don't be paranoid. It's safe. It's insured. FD protected. Nothing's gonna happen to it in 2 days. That's not the point. It's my money. And you'll get it. Wednesday. After we meet with the advisor. If you still want to just throw it in savings and watch inflation eat it, fine. But at least hear the man out. I wanted to scream, wanted to drive to his house and demand the money. But I didn't know how bank transfers worked. Didn't know if he could even give it back same day. And I didn't want to explode at Sarah's dad and cause family drama over what might be nothing. Fine. Wednesday. But we're transferring it to my account immediately after. Deal. I told Sarah. She said I was overreacting. That her dad was just trying to help. That he'd never screw us over. I wanted to believe her. Wednesday came. I took off work. Drove to Century City. The address Frank gave me. Pulled up to a high-rise office building. Took the elevator to the 14th floor. Suite 1420. The door was locked. No lights on inside. I tried calling the number Frank gave me. Disconnected. I called Frank. Straight to voicemail. Texted him. No response. Waited in the hallway for an hour. No one came. No financial advisor. No Frank. Nothing. I drove to Frank's house. Banged on the door. No answer. His car wasn't in the driveway. I looked through the window. The house looked empty. Not just empty like he was out. Empty like cleared out. Furniture gone. Pictures off the walls. I called Sarah. Your dad's house is empty. What? There's no furniture. No car. He's gone. That's impossible. Let me call him. Voicemail. She called 3 more times. Nothing. We drove back to Frank's house together. Used her key. Walked inside. Completely cleared out. Kitchen cabinets empty. Closets empty. Bathroom cleared. The only things left were built-ins and trash. On the kitchen counter, there was an envelope. Our names on it. Sarah's handwriting. No, Frank's handwriting, trying to look neat. Inside was a single piece of paper. Sarah and Marcus, by the time you read this, I'll be out of the country. I'm sorry, I needed the money. I made some bad investments over the past few years. Lost most of my pension. I was going to lose the house. I didn't know what else to do. The check was an opportunity I couldn't pass up. I know you'll hate me. Stand. But I'm your father and I raised you and I hope someday you'll forgive me. Sarah sat on the floor and cried. Not quiet crying, sobbing. The kind of crying that comes from your whole body breaking. I just stood there, holding the note, reading it over and over. He stole my settlement. My injury settlement. Money I got from literally breaking my back. It was just gone. I called the police, filed a report. They took the note, took our statement, said they'd investigate, asked if we knew where you went. No idea, I said. The detective looked sympathetic. Here's the reality. If he's out of the country, extradition is complicated, expensive. Especially if he's somewhere without an extradition treaty. Even if we find him, getting the money back is a whole different thing. So we're just screwed? I'm saying that's complicated. File a civil suit. Get a judgment. That's your best bet. We hired a lawyer. Cost $3,000 we didn't have. Put it on a credit card. The lawyer confirmed what the detective said. Frank had deposited the check, signed my name. The bank accepted it because he was a longtime customer and former cop. They had a relationship. Nobody questioned it. The money was transferred out of his account 2 days later. Wire transfer. International. Costa Rica has banking privacy laws. They don't cooperate with U.S. civil judgments easily. My lawyer said we could try. Could file internationally. Could pursue him. But it would cost tens of thousands in legal fees with no guarantee of recovery. Cut your losses, the lawyer said. I'm sorry, but that's my advice. Sarah fell apart, completely apart. Her dad had stolen from us and abandoned her. She stopped eating, stopped sleeping, called out of work for 2 weeks. I'd come home and she'd just be on the couch staring at nothing. He was all I had left, she said. After Mom died, he was it, and he just left. I didn't know how to fix it. Couldn't fix it. I was barely holding myself together. We'd lost everything. The settlement, the house dream, our future. Then the postcard came. 3 weeks after he disappeared, the beach photo. Pura Vida. Sarah saw it first. She ripped it to pieces, threw it in the trash, locked herself in the bathroom for an hour. That's when something in me shifted. I wasn't sad anymore. I was angry, pure rage. This man had stolen from us, abandoned his daughter, and sent a postcard like it was a joke. I started researching. Costa Rica. Extradition laws, banking laws, property laws. I spent every night after work diving into forums, expat blogs, legal databases. I became obsessed. I found out Costa Rica doesn't have an extradition treaty with the US for financial crimes under a certain threshold. But they do have property laws and asset seizure laws. And if someone's living there on a residency visa obtained through investment, that visa can be revoked if the investment is proven to be from criminal proceeds. I contacted a lawyer in Costa Rica, small firm in San Jose, explained the situation, sent them everything. The police report, the forged signature, the wire transfer records, the note. This is fraud, the lawyer said. Her name was Maria. If we can prove the money he used to obtain residency was stolen, we can petition to have his residency revoked. We can freeze his assets. We can potentially recover funds. How much will this cost? $10,000 retainer. No guarantee of success. I didn't have $10,000. I had credit card debt and rage. But I called my mom, explained everything. She took out a loan against her car, sent me the money. I hired Maria. She filed petitions with the Costa Rican authorities. Criminal complaint for fraud, asset freeze request, residency revocation petition. It took 4 months, 4 months of waiting, of watching Sarah deteriorate, of working 12-hour days to keep up with bills. Then Maria called. We got the asset freeze. His bank accounts in Costa Rica are frozen pending investigation. He can't access the funds. How much is in there? About $190,000. He'd spent $13,000 in 3 months. On what? I don't know. Starting his new life, probably. The freeze meant he couldn't touch it, couldn't withdraw it, couldn't transfer it. It just sat there. And he was stuck in Costa Rica with whatever cash he had on hand. 2 weeks later, Frank called Sarah. First time we'd heard from him since the note. Sarah, baby, I need... She put it on speaker. Her hands were shaking. Help with what, Dad? My accounts are frozen. I can't access my money. I don't know what happened. Can you call the bank? Fix this? Marcus fixed it. He hired a lawyer in Costa Rica. They froze everything. Silence. Marcus did this. You stole from us, I said. From your own daughter. What did you expect? I was going to pay you back. When, from your beach retirement funded by my broken back, I made a mistake. I panicked. Freezing my accounts. Can't live. Can't pay rent. Can't eat. Good, I said. He called back. I blocked him. He called Sarah from different numbers. She stopped answering. Maria worked with the Costa Rican authorities for 6 more months. It's a slow process. Bureaucratic, but eventually they ruled in our favor. The money was obtained through... His residency was based on fraudulent investment. They seized the funds, revoked his visa, gave him 30 days to leave the country. The seized funds were transferred back to the U.S. to an account controlled by the court system. We had to file the claim. Prove they were ours, more lawyer fees, more waiting. We got $172,000 back. The rest went to Costa Rican legal fees and taxes and bureaucratic costs. $72,000 out of $220,000. We'd lost $48,000. Total loss, $58,000. But we got most of it, against all odds. We got it back. Frank got deported back to the U.S., landed at Lax, got arrested at customs. Outstanding warrant for fraud and identity theft. He'd forged my signature on the check. That's a felony. He spent 8 months in county jail waiting for trial. His public defender tried to get a plea deal. The DA wasn't interested. They wanted to make an example. Retired cop commits fraud against his own family. That's a story. He went to trial. I testified. Sarah testified. We had the note, the signature analysis, the bank records, everything. Guilty on all counts. 3 years in state prison. Restitution ordered. $58,000 plus interest. He's currently in Chino. Minimum security. He'll be out in 18 months with good behavior. He's 66 now. He'll be 68 when he's released. Sarah hasn't spoken to him since the day he called asking her to unfreeze his accounts. He's written her letters from prison. She burns them without reading them. 3-bedroom in Rancho Cucamonga. It's not LA, but it's ours. We use the recovered settlement money. $172,000 down payment. Our mortgage is reasonable. We're building equity. Sarah's doing better. She started therapy, processes the betrayal, the abandonment. She still has bad days. Days where she can't believe her dad chose money over her. But she's healing. I'm back at work. Foreman on a new commercial build. My back hurts every day. Probably always will, but I'm grateful I can work. Grateful we recovered most of the money. Grateful Frank's in prison. People ask if I feel bad. If I regret getting him arrested, getting him deported, getting him imprisoned. No, not even a little. He looked me in the eye. Took my injury settlement, money I got from breaking my back, from months of surgery and physical therapy, and he spent it on a beach retirement. He didn't think about Sarah. Didn't think about me. Didn't think about the future he was stealing. He thought about himself. So I made sure he faced consequences. Some people say family is everything, that you forgive family no matter what. Those people have never had family steal their entire future and send a postcard about it. Frank gets out in 18 months. He'll be broke. Felony record. No pension anymore. Lost in the legal proceedings. No house. He sold it to pay legal fees before the trial. He'll have nothing. Just like he left us. And honestly, that feels fair. This is a Pulse Stories original. If you've ever trusted the wrong person with your money, drop a comment. If you've ever had a family member betray you for personal gain, you know exactly how this feels. And if someone ever offers to hold on to your money for safekeeping, run. Subscribe for more stories of people who didn't let thieves get away with it just because they're family. Because sometimes the people who hurt you most are the ones who know exactly how much trust you'll give them. Frank knew I'd trust him, knew Sarah would defend him, knew we wouldn't suspect him. He was right, until he wasn't. Postcard still in our junk drawer somewhere. Sarah couldn't bring herself to throw it away completely. Evidence of who her father really was. Pura Vida. Pure life. Except there was nothing pure about it. It was built on theft, on betrayal, on his daughter's broken heart and my broken back. He's in a cell now. We're in our house. He lost everything. We rebuilt. I saw him once before the trial. He was in county jail, orange jumpsuit, handcuffed. He asked to see me. I don't know why I went. We sat across from each other. Plexiglass between us. Phone receivers. I'm sorry, he said. I really am. I was desperate. I made a terrible choice. You made 100 choices self over your daughter. I know. Do you? Do you know that Sarah cried every night for 2 months? That she couldn't eat? That she called your phone even though she knew you wouldn't answer just to hear your voicemail? Do you actually understand what you did? He looked down. I thought I'd pay you back. I thought I'd make investments. Double the money. Give you back more than I took. With what? You're 63 years old living on a beach. What investment were you making? He didn't answer. You weren't going to pay us back. You were going to live off that money until it ran out and then figure something else out. And you didn't care what it cost us. I'm her father. No, you were her father. Now you're just the guy who stole from her. I left. Never went back. Didn't go to the trial except to test. Didn't visit him in prison. Didn't read his letters. Sarah asks me sometimes if I think he's really sorry, if he understands what he did. Doesn't matter, I tell her. Sorry doesn't unbreak your heart. Sorry doesn't give us back the months we lost. Sorry's just a word people use when they face consequences. She nods. She knows I'm right. Last month we got a letter from the prison. Frank's up for parole in 6 months. Early release. Good behavior. The parole board wants to know if we have a statement. Sarah wrote one. I read it before she sent it. My father stole my future and abandoned me when my mother's memory was all I had left of family. He chose money over his daughter. He's not sorry he did it. He's sorry he got caught. He deserves every day of his sentence. Do not release him early. Sincerely, Sarah Rivera. They denied his parole. He'll serve the full sentence. 18 months from now, he'll be released. He'll have nowhere to go. No money. No family. No home. Sarah won't take him in. I won't allow it even if she wanted to. He made his choice. Now he lives with it. I'm living with my choice too. The choice to fight back. to not let him get away with it, to pursue him across international borders and legal systems until justice was served. Some people think I'm vindictive, that I went too far, that I should have just let it go. Those people didn't lose $220,000 to their father-in-law's beach retirement fund. I don't regret a single thing. Not the legal fees, not the stress, not getting him deported and arrested and imprisoned. He earned every second of it. And we earned our house, our peace, our future. Frank sent one more postcard from county jail. Before the trial, it just said, "I'm sorry" on the back. Sarah burned it. We don't need his apologies. We need him to stay gone. Pura Vida, pure life. He wanted it so bad, he stole it from us. Now we're living it. And he's counting days in a cell. That's justice.